If you've ever dreamed of living in a place where nature, community, and a fantastic lifestyle all come together, well then Bellingham, Washington might be the spot for you. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 10 favorite things about Bellingham, and we're going to get started right now. So number one on the list as we dive in is proximity to nature. Now Bellingham is positioned strategically between the mountains and the bay, giving you opportunities to enjoy outdoor recreation in both locations and everywhere in between. So of course, up in an area like Mount Baker, you've got skiing, you've got snowboarding, you've got snowshoeing. In the winter months, in the summertime, you can go up there for hiking, trail running, camping, all sorts of activities to enjoy on the mountain. Down on the water, we've got some of the best boating, some of the best fishing, some of the best whale watching that you can possibly acquire or accomplish here in this area. And all throughout Bellingham, we have parks, we have recreation, we have trails, both for hiking, running, biking. There is tremendous opportunity to connect with nature here in Bellingham, and much of it is available from your doorstep. There's a lot of communities, a lot of neighborhoods that are in immediate proximity to places like Galbraith Mountain, Lake Padden, Boulevard Park, Zwanich Park. So you don't have to go far from where you live to get access to the great opportunities to enjoy nature when you're here in Bellingham. Number two on the list is the fact that Bellingham is a very tight-knit community. There are opportunities to connect on a weekly basis throughout the Bellingham area. Now, one of the best ways that you can find out about events going on in the area is to head over to bellingham.org and then specifically look at the events tab. In any given week or on any given weekend, you're going to have a host of activities that are going on. At the time that I record this video, it's the fall of 2024. We're coming into pumpkin patch season, so there's tons of farms around the county with opportunities for you to get out, connect with the community. But aside from that, there's all sorts of outdoor clubs, there's book clubs, there's adventure clubs, there's all sorts of stuff going on here in Bellingham. When you leave your home, you head to the grocery store, to a park, to some sort of a local event, you are very likely to run into one or two, possibly five some odd people that you know. And that's one of the things that's really cool about being in Bellingham is we're a size of community that affords you a lot of the great amenities that you're looking for with regards to entertainment and nightlife, things of that nature, but we're small enough that when you leave your home and you head out to some of these popular locations, you're likely to connect and run into people that you know. Number three on the list is our arts and culture scene. Now, despite the fact that Bellingham is relatively small in the grand scheme of things, has a population of roughly 90,000 people, there is a tremendous amount of opportunities for you to get out and enjoy arts and culture here in the area. This includes a handful of galleries, this includes a number of museums. We also have live music venues, including the Wild Buffalo, and of course the Mount Baker Theater, which is located in downtown Bellingham. The Mount Baker Theater is a great theater, brings through some big name acts, particularly in the music and the comedy categories, as well as hosts a variety of local events as well. So if you're here in the Bellingham area, you've got great access immediately here in Bellingham to arts and culture. And as we'll talk about later in the video, access to more of the arts and culture scene a short distance away. Number four on our list, I will collectively refer to as our beverage scene. Now, in this category, we've got a host of fantastic beverages that are all produced here locally in Bellingham. So talking a little bit about breweries here in the area, some of my favorites are Stemma Brewing, Aslan Brewing. Of course, you've got Boundary Bay Brewing, one of the first here locally that's been here many, many years. Within the cider category, you've got places like Lost Giants. You've also got the Bellingham Cider Co. We've got a variety of wine producers that are here locally. We've got a handful of local distilleries. We've also got a variety of mead producers here in the area. Beyond that, we move into, the non-alcoholic but often caffeinated section of the beverage segment, and that is with regards to coffee. So most of us here in the Bellingham area enjoy a good cup of coffee. I like to drink it all day long. Some of my favorites here in the area are Makeworth Market, Cafe Adagio, Camber. There's a lot of great coffee that's here in the area as well. So if you're looking for a good place to grab a drink, whether that's warm or cold, caffeinated or not, alcoholic or not, we've got a lot of great options for you here in Bellingham. Number five on the list is the local food and farmers market scene. So one of the big themes here that you'll notice in the area throughout Bellingham, a lot of the local and independent restaurants that are here in the area feature what we refer to as farm to table. And so they have direct relationships with a lot of the local farms in the area to try and get the food as fresh as humanly possible from the farm to your plate. And they do that very, very well. A lot of great restaurants here in the area. I've talked about some of these in other videos. We've also got a fantastic farmers market. So if you've never been been to the Bellingham Farmers Market. Happens on Saturdays, happens at Depot Square, which is actually just across the street from Boundary Bay Brewing, which we talked about a moment ago. And there's a host of vendors, local artisan craft makers, both in the areas of dairy as well as in the areas of produce. You can get fresh local beef, and there's tons of restaurant vendors that are down at the farmers market as well. So it's a great spot to go, grab a host of local produce, maybe get some local honey, maybe have some lunch, and take home a new necklace, pair of earrings, what have you, from one of the local craft creators. But a fantastic restaurant scene as well as a farmer's market here in Bellingham. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you can keep up on all the content that we're releasing about Bellingham, about Whatcom County, and all the things that are going on here in this area. My name is Jeff Engen. I'm with MJB Real Estate Group, and every day we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you considering a move to this area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking about moving tomorrow, 10 months from now, or sometime in between, we encourage you to reach out. All of our contact information can be found below, and we also encourage you to download our completely free relocation guide that you can access either via the link on the screen or the link below. But for now, let's get back to talking about the best things here in Bellingham. Number 6 on our list are the hiking and biking trails that are here in the area. Now this of course dovetails nicely with item number 1 on our list, which was access to nature, but we're getting a little bit more granular and talking specifically about biking, hiking, and or trail running opportunities here in the area. So the premier location for mountain biking here in Whatcom County is Galbraith Mountain. You've heard me talk about this in other videos if you've seen them. We've also got some great mountain biking opportunities in the Chuckanut Trail system as well as down in the Sudden Valley area. If you're looking simply to hike or perhaps to get out for a trail run, my favorite area is the Chuckanut Trail system. But again, there's opportunities for you on Galbraith Mountain, and there's some great opportunities immediately surrounding Lake Padden as well. There are other parts of the county that offer some great trail systems for you as well, but these are some of my favorites here locally for biking, for hiking, and for trail running. Number 7 on the list is our mild climate. Now you notice I didn't say the weather because truth be told, we do get more rain and more days of gray skies here in the Pacific Northwest than you would expect in places like Southern California or Colorado, for example. But I have a lot of people who relocate from California, a lot of people who relocate from Colorado, and one of the things that people talk about is the mild climate that they enjoy and that they're seeking as they explore an area like Bellingham. And so where you've got other parts of the country that have these high extremes in both the summer and the winter months, we live in a place where things are relatively mild all year round. And this allows you to be outside, enjoy these outdoor activities that we've been talking about, whether it's the summer, whether it's the winter. There are, of course, extremes on either end of the spectrum that would sometimes preclude you from getting out and enjoying some of the things that you might like to do. But by and large, Bellingham is an area where you're going to be able to leave your home and just dress accordingly, right? A lot of times, especially in the shoulder seasons, the spring and the fall, we dress in layers because you might wake up in the morning and it might be 48 degrees, and by the time we get to the afternoon, well, you're up there in the mid to upper 60s, which is actually something that's happening a lot as I record this video here in October. So it's a phenomenal spot to be. You might deal with more rain and more gray skies here, like I said, than you might prefer or be accustomed to, but the overarching theme with regards to the weather is that it's mild and it's navigable. We don't have these high highs, low lows, and extreme weather events that we're seeing in a lot of places throughout the country. All right, number 8 on our list are the local parks that are available to you here in Bellingham. Now, as we've talked about, Bellingham is a great area for outdoor activities. Bellingham affords you this great mild climate year-round, and so in order for you to be able to take advantage of that, Bellingham hosts an abundance of local parks. Some of my favorites are, for example, Boulevard Park that are down in the Fairhaven area. You've also got Cornwall Park, which is more central to Bellingham. You've got Zwanich Park down at the Bellingham waterfront in proximity to the Bellingham Marina. You've also got Whatcom Falls Park, which is actually shows up, if I'm not mistaken, is the #1 thing for you to do on TripAdvisor if you're here for a visit in the area. Now within our parks, there's a host of different things for you to do, from hiking to biking to walking. We've got frisbee golf, we've got a derby fishing pond for kids at Whatcom Falls. There's access to water in some of these different parks. And of course, there's phenomenal play structures throughout the majority of them as well. We also have tennis courts at some of the local parks, pickleball courts at some of the local parks. So there's tremendous opportunities for you to get out and to enjoy nature. And again, take advantage of this mild climate with immediate access to these beautiful park systems that are here inside of Bellingham. Number 9 on my list is Bellingham's location. Now, as you likely know if you're watching this video, Bellingham is located approximately 90 miles north of Seattle and roughly 45 miles south of Vancouver, BC. What this affords you is an opportunity, like I've talked about in many of my other videos, to live a life in Bellingham that's a little bit smaller, a little bit more tight-knit community without some of the stereotypical pitfalls of living in a major metropolitan area. But it does give you access to those areas when you're looking to get out and do something that's a little bit above and beyond what's available to you here immediately. So if you're looking at getting out for, a major concert venue, a major sporting venue, well, then you've got both of those opportunities in Seattle and Vancouver. If you're looking for something, from a culinary perspective that's not available to you here immediately in Bellingham, well, then again, both of those are close by. And so I've long said and will continue to say that Bellingham's location is fantastic with regards to affording you opportunities to access these amenities when you need them, but be in a more laid-back environment when you don't. And that takes us by no coincidence to number 10 on my list, which is the laid-back lifestyle that you can enjoy here in Bellingham. Again, with the population size that we have, approximately 90,000 in Bellingham, approximately 225,000 here in Whatcom County, we rarely experience things like traffic congestion. We have very clean air. We're not dealing with smog and pollution the way that you would expect in bigger cities. And again, as I mentioned in the tight-knit community aspect of living in Bellingham, you're going to plug in, you're going to make connections, you're going to see people that you know when you go out, and it's just a comfortable, casual, laid-back environment with a lot of friendly people that are big fans of this area and want to see it continue to improve in the days, weeks, and years ahead. So that's my list for you today. As always, I hope this video has been helpful to you. Want to encourage you one last time to like and subscribe for future updates on the channel. And one last time, encourage you to download that free relocation guide to help you to continue to explore if Bellingham might be the right spot for you. But for now, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I look forward to seeing you again soon.